Hi, my name is Cedric, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cedric Gegel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and we've been reacting to things. I also just put out my first non-reaction content since this channel kind of really started, so to speak, and thank you so much for the response to that. It was kind of a scary thing to do, but I really appreciate the positive response to that. If you didn't see it, I covered a song from Broadway called God, I Hate Shakespeare with a very good and very talented friend of mine named Cody. You should hate Shakespeare.
Well, I don't. I try to emulate Shakespeare.
Well, there's your problem. We're going to do the thing that has just been flooding my requests like nonstop, which is so great, and I'm really excited to see it. You know, I'm supposed to be doing live videos right now too. I've been doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm going to get to some dance rehearsals, but I've wanted to see them perform live. I've never seen BTS perform live. So this is the first time, and I'm really excited about it. I know this is brand new. This happened like a week ago, I guess. So I'm really, really, really excited.
So exciting, the audience will stop and cheer. So delighting, it will run for 50 years.
I'm sure it's going to be great, but I'm so excited to see how they translate their artistry from the music video to this. A word for you, though. This is different cinematography than a lot of what I'm used to, so even if I pause and talk about something, it's going to be different than, you know, me watching a music video. This one might be me talking more about like a theatrical performance, because I anticipate that's what it is. You've talked about how expansive their sets are and how complex a lot of the technical stuff is, so I'm excited to talk about that. That's not stuff I really do in theater. I've directed, I've acted, I've done some fight choreography, but that's really about it. Thank you to those of you who are on my Patreon. I so appreciate all of you. I hope you're enjoying some of those updates. I've got some new ones that are coming over the next week or so that I'll be putting up there, so thank you so much for that. You might also be wondering, why is he in a different room? I'm actually in my recording closet, my recording booth for voiceover stuff. I've just wrapped up the first interview for season 2 of my podcast. It's called the All the World Podcast. You can find it on Spotify and Anchor if you look for it. It's a podcast where I talk to people in the entertainment industry, cinematographers, screenwriters, actors. So I just did my first interview. So you might see me record a couple of videos from in here. It's just really convenient if I've already got everything set up from recording that I can just, you know, pull up a video and watch it from in here. So you might see me in here a couple of times. But in case you're wondering why the change of scenery, that's why. This is going to be split up into 2 parts. As I mentioned in the comments of my last video, I just don't think I'm going to have time to edit a 17-minute video reaction. I'm probably going to have to cut down on the number of like double reactions that I was doing. I enjoyed doing those, and I know you guys like them, but you guys were effusive in your statements that you don't necessarily expect that, you want quality, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to break this up into 2 parts so that I can get it out and get it to you and maintain quality and not feel rushed with what I'm putting out there. So thank you so much for your patience and your understanding. I am so humbled by all of you. I'm going to stop talking now. You're not here to hear me talk. Some of you are, but that's not really the point. You're really here to watch me watch this and then hear me talk about that, not me. So, without any further ado, let's check this out. It's an interesting opening. Wow, look at that stage. I'm really intrigued by what I'm seeing. Oh, I couldn't tell if that was like an on-set thing that they were building. This is just the Black Swan, the instrumental version, I think. Or the orchestra version. Cool, an eclipse. Sweet. Oh, look at that transition. That was nice. Look at the colors. Orange, red, blue. Very contrasting, very dueling colors. Cool. Oh, look at that set. Almost looks like snow's coming down. Are they dancing in water? Or does it just look like water? I legit can't tell. I think that's real water. When did he show up? I didn't even see that happen. There's so much happening. This is so... I was not ready. You guys were right. I wasn't ready for this. Oh, those cuts to the slowdown are so cool. When they just slow it down to half speed for a beat. That driving beat with the percussion. It was a nice moment to breathe and just roll the shoulders back. Oh, cool. So they're in black. Oh, there's only 6. You guys mentioned that. Is it Suga? I guess he's sick? Is that it? I've seen comments on Get Well Soon that people have put, or tweets. I've just seen it around, so... I guess he wasn't better for this. So obviously, prayers for that and hoping he does. I'm assuming they added that in post-production. Yeah, they had to. But there are ways you can actually create that with 3D projections. That's cool. Look how relaxed they look. And they left a spot for Suga. I mean, this is really almost a music video. I love that driving percussion. This sounds so good. This is epic. The sound design has been incredible. Nice way to start on a Dutch angle, pull back, go to another Dutch angle. It almost mimics the drone work from the Kinetic Manifesto video. There's a nice energy to their live vocals. I love this. You know I love this. Look at that push in and push out from the Dutch angles is so nice. Feels very mechanical, so I bet it's on a crane. I almost feel like I'm there. Oh, dope. I don't want to pause it. Get it, J-Hope. Nice. Yes. Okay, I had to pause. I have to. I'm not gonna even remember everything that I have to say. Wow. I was super not ready for how good they are. Wow. One of the simplest things that took me so long to notice, because I just thought it was a costume design choice, the masks for the background dancers and the drummers and everybody, way to make it just look like part of their costume. I mean, it works, right? It's almost got a Mad Max or Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. It's almost got that kind of vibe. It works really well. I didn't even think about the fact that they're wearing masks. So, brilliant way to incorporate that into the costumes. Really, really well done. The scenic design is gorgeous. Everything is crisp. Everything is clean. Vertical lines, which are helping push these camera movements. They've also got these swoops that become sort of diagonals. It's just very pleasing to the eye. The scenic design at the beginning with dancing in the jungle type scape, which again, you're talking about black swan being an animal, you're getting into nature. It felt very raw. It felt like we were kind of seeing something natural happening. I want to talk about their vocals because their vocals are impeccable on the recording, but most people's vocals are impeccable on a recording because that's what recordings are for, and you make them impeccable. But that's so much harder to do live. And there's a reason that theater is done live. There's a reason theater is still live. There's a danger in live performance of forgetting the words, of missing your mark, missing your beat, dancing the wrong choreography. That is what a lot of theater actors crave, is that danger. You have to be present in the moment. And it's scary. It's an intimidating thing. But because the vocals aren't perfectly mixed, because the vocals aren't, you don't get another do-over in a recording booth when you're live, this is showing me how dedicated they are and how gifted they are, that it sounds just a little bit different than the recording, and I can't place quite my finger on what it is, other than it's just them live. Them just being present in the moment. I don't know if they have Suga, like, if they have his part, because he's not there. So I don't know if they have it playing or not, or if they just left that track empty. I don't think it is going to hurt them either way. They sound fantastic, but you're hearing them adjust to each other. You're hearing the high parts ring out before a sound mixer pulls it down just a little bit. And that to me is what is so thrilling about live, is that you can tell they're not lip syncing this. Their cardio must be insane. They are so fit because this is really athletic and hard to do. They're also capturing the energy from each of these videos, because it's almost the same thing. It's the same choreography. A lot of it's the same blocking. I mean, it might not be the exact same, but I would assume it is. But it's still different. It's putting it in a different medium. It's on stage. It's a live shot versus a music video. And so they've managed to use the sound design and use the set and the lighting that they have on stage to keep that feeling that existed in the music video, but put it here. And also you can hear them adjusting to each other vocally, hearing each other, listening to each other. If anybody out there wants to become an actor, the most important thing an actor can do is listen. Listen to themselves, listen to the other people in the scene, listen to the space that they're in, listen to the script as they're reading it. Listen, listen, listen. All acting is reacting, and one cannot react without listening. The same goes to any type of performance ultimately, and they're listening to each other and adjusting, and they are so on the same page and in step with each other that it's a beautiful thing to watch them adjust without needing to communicate about it. It's very, very cool. Oh, they can do this part? Yeah, this is very cool. Ooh, Ghana. That was a nice growl. It's nice added vocal fry. Yeah, it seems like they're leaving Suga's spot open. I love that. That's such a nice move. Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. Oh, I can't wait to hear how he does this live, because this is so high. Look how they're adding a little bit of a lens flare at the top too as he walked out. Oh, yes. Nice. Not easy to hit live. You can hear him squeezing his diaphragm to hit those high notes. Excellent technique. Their vocal technique is so good, so refined. This is so good. Ah, and they did leave a spot for him. I feel like they're performing for their lives, you know, like I feel like this is not that, like, I don't get a sense of like danger, but I feel like they know that, like, anytime you step on stage, it's dangerous. It could be your last time. Something could go wrong. And so you give it your all. They're giving it their all. It's so good to see. You can just see their passion and their energy when they're performing. Jimin has that growl down. That's not an easy vocal technique, especially for a tenor, because when you're a bass and you're kind of adding a vocal fry with like a right, you kind of have to push it through here so you can add a little bit of vocal fry, right? You can add that. But as a tenor, when you're up with they're adding some nice yeah, and they're kind of yodeling off it, cracking off it, which sounds very cool. It's very pop. But then Jimin's adding that growl. But that means you have to push it up through here and make it very so that way you're not damaging your voice. Because if you try to add a growl back here, you're destroying your vocal cords. You can't do that. It's not sustainable. It's not vocally healthy. So for him to do that, just requires a lot of technique. It requires pushing air through your nose and out of your mouth at the same time. It's not an easy thing to do.
Darkness, my old friend, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made.
I had to learn how to do it for Beauty and the Beast to do the character voice, but even then I really don't touch it too much because I'm just not good enough with it yet. He's clearly worked on it. All of them have such cool voices, and hearing them live for the first time, I'm able to start picking out those different timbres that they have, the different ways of hitting vowels. And they're all so unique, but they perform so well together. That's going to do it for the first video. I hope you enjoyed this. The second half will be out next week. Thank you for your patience. I just know that I'm going to have to cut this down because I know it's going to run long. So this was amazing. I can't wait for the next two. They're two of my favorite songs that I've heard them do, including the first one. I haven't listened... I've listened to Dynamite, but I haven't seen them perform it. I haven't rewatched the music video since I released that because I've been doing all their newer stuff. Well, not newer stuff. I've been doing all my new stuff. So I'm excited to catch back up with that and hear how they do that one live, because that's the one that to me is like, how does that go live is interesting. So I'm excited to hear that. For me, it's only going to be a few minutes. For you, it's going to be a few days. So sorry you have to wait. I appreciate your patience. Thank you for being here. Barahe. I don't know if I said that right, but I hope you understood my intention. I'll see you very, very soon.